US chat show host James Corden is in town and speaking allegedly quite freely. But what about? Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the heart of London. James Corden, of course, is the man that kind of shocked quite a lot of people and garnered a lot of social media views when he decided to take an open-top bus ride earlier this year alongside the former royal called Prince Harry. Do you remember the one? It seemed really odd, didn't it? You know, they turned up at the former home of the, this sort of filming house of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then they sort of had this mock afternoon tea, mocking, some people thought, Englishness on the top of an open-top bus while he toured around LA. We're often told here in the United Kingdom that James Corden is a spectacular success as a late-night chat show host. And there's no denying the fact that he went from rather a small-time soap over here called Hollyoaks all the way through to making a very successful comedy series, Gavin and Stacey, Broadway, and then of course his own chat show. No mean feat in the world of show business, whatever anybody thinks. But is the next move something a little bit strange, and will it involve the former royal? Let me explain. As we all know, next year Prince Harry does have a rather busy year looming. He's going to have to get active. Now, if these cameras trigger a problem for him, then there's going to be a lot of anxiety for Prince Harry, because Penguin Random House expect a lot, and I mean a lot, of media attention regarding his book, The Prince That I've Become, Not the Man I Was Born, etc., whatever. But one of the ideas that they're floating around over at CBS is the fact that Prince Harry, for one night only, could simply take over the Late Late Show, which is hosted by James Corden. When you think about it, it does make perfect sense, simply because they're good chums, and of course it would be a great way for Prince Harry to sell that book directly to the American public, and they could film some sort of skits and jaunts, the type of thing that happens on these late night shows. Now, a lot of people may skit and say, oh, this won't happen. Let's not forget, he does have to do something to sell the book. It can't be all serious. They need to be able to show a fun side. And as ever, we have to say allegedly. At this stage, it's very early days, but this has happened before, of course. People have sat in for James to great success. Let's not forget, of course, the One Direction singer, Niall. He did an incredible job. Very young boy, very accomplished, did well. Could Prince Harry now follow suit? Or will, of course, the fear of cameras triggering all that anxiety overcome him, and simply he would say no? For now, CBS, the makers, of course, of the Late Late Show, are hoping, fingers crossed, that Prince Harry may say yes, not just to opening his book, but more openly, opening his personality to late night television. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.